Warsaw Jumping i finał Europejskiej Serii Pucharów Narodów zbliża się wielkimi krokami, więc to doskonała okazja do tego, by porozmawiać z członkinią zarządu Europejskiej Federacji Jeździeckiej, dyrektor wykonawczą International Jumping Riders Club oraz dyrektor sportową wielu dużych imprez jeździeckich, Eleonorą Ottaviani. Welcome.
Hello everybody.
Mrs. Eleonora, could you tell us more about the idea of the tournament, which big final will be in Poland, about the Longines EEF Series?
Yes, there was for a few years a problem in order to have more shows to build up the teams that have to go to the European Championship or to the Olympics, and also to open the door to new generation. So we were thinking about, inside the board of the European Federation, what we can do for these problems, because we only have a few shows in the Nation Cup. At the end of the story, it was decided to build up a series of different Nation Cup, and it took a couple of years, and then also with the COVID, we have been obliged to and thanks to different organizers, like the Polish organizer, this year we have been able to start the series. At the moment, we have a few shows, but we have the program for next year to have 10 qualification finals and 10 qualification, and including semi-final and one final. So there is a lot of there are a lot of occasion, a lot of possibility for the chef d'équipe, for the national federation to build up teams and riders for not only for the riders. Also, we would like to have to open the door to the next generation, to young people. So we would like to have introduce new course designer, new judges, new stewards, in order to have in 5 years a new generation in all the different job of the equestrian.
What do you think? Can we say that the discipline in Central and the East Europe in the last 20 years made a big step forward?
For sure. This was also one of the issues of the European Equestrian Federation to try, because we have to do an effort to, I don't like to say to help, because the East country are able to manage. There is a lot of culture of the horses in Poland, in Hungary. So it's important to organize shows also in your countries and to open the door, because it's really difficult for the riders for this country to enter in big show in West Europe. So I think this is a good project. We have seen new teams, new riders coming up. I don't want to say only a couple of names because I don't want to forget. But I think now we start to see very good riders on the top level. You always had 1 or 2 good riders on the top level, also in the Olympics medal. But now I think that with this with series it's become easier.
So how important, in your opinion, is that despite the pandemic and last year, finally we will see this competition on Służewiec?
Yes, pandemic was a big problem for us, not only because all the show had been cancelled for 1 year and a half, so we had to postpone all the tour, and during this year, there was again some show that was obliged to cancel because of the pandemic. This was the case, for example, of the central region. They only had 1 qualification, that was Gorla, because as you know, normally we divide Europe in 4 regions: South, Central, North and West. And each region normally must have 2 qualifications. So the problem was that we had two qualifications for the south of Europe, that was Athens and Bojuriste, and this gave to us 4 teams qualified for Budapest, that is during this day. Then the Central Europe, they only had 1 qualification, that was Gorla, because the Austrian event have been cancelled, Magna Racino. And they give to us 5 teams qualified for Budapest. So today in Budapest we have Italy, Greece, Bulgaria, Romania, Germany, Switzerland, Czechia, Austria, and Slovenia. And 5 of these, they will come to Warsaw. Concerning the North and the West, the North Europe had 2 qualifications, Drammen and Ugenalme. And Sweden, Denmark, also Poland will come to Warsaw. Poland and Israel, they went to Gesteren, and now the best between North and West, West include also Belgium, Netherlands, France, Spain, Portugal, Ireland, and Germany. The best of these 10 will come to Warsaw, the best 5 of these 10. So in Warsaw we will have the 10 best team that have been qualified in all over Europe. And of course, we will have Poland, the Polish team.
It will
so
be, yeah.
Next year, we hope to have a complete shows, a complete series with more shows. And this is really important because we will give to all this country the possibility to jump more and more nation cup. That's exactly what we said 5 minutes ago, is important for the young people, for the chef d'équipe, for the national federation, and also for the top rider to have more chance, not only the 8 nation cup of the division 1. We need a lot of nation cup, because we know that to enter in 5-star show and 4-star is not easy when you are not one of the top rider. And so the new riders or the riders that are not in the top, they have no chance to show what they are able to do.
Let's say it of course, it will be a, for sure, huge thing on Służewiec. We cannot wait. What are your expectations for Warsaw jumping?
Well, I am really confident and to be honest, to give a final of the European, and above all the first final of the European Equestrian Federation Nation Cup was a big responsibility. But I'm really confident because I know the Polish people. They are really hard worker. I well know since a lot of years Dominik Nowacki, because he did a good show in Poland. And we also, if I can say, we have the same philosophy of what has to be a big shows, and the same philosophy for the sport. And in my opinion, this is really important. It's important to give, when you are organizers, it's important to give something nice to the spectator that have to pay the tickets, something nice to the sponsor that support the events, but also to prepare everything for riders and for officials, for the people that are working during the show. So to give to all of them the possibility to work in the best of the way in order to do the best job that is possible, and at the end to offer something nice to the public. And I think that also Dominik, your event director, has this in his mind, and I have no doubt that will be a good event.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this interview, and see you in Warsaw.
See you. It will be a pleasure to join all of you. Bye.